Going on, man? This is TNigma.
Yeah, and this is TNigma, and this is Enigmas Unchained. And they were like, oh, dang. I'm like, yeah, we've been telling y'all for years the service been better.
No service, just you. Yeah.
It's just y'all, man. So, you got stuff like that happening, and you put that into the grand scheme of what is happening in gaming, in anime, in geek culture, I would like to say. Because normally that's a thermometer of what is happening in the world, because it's the easiest to affect. So if I look at the gaming culture, if I look at comic book culture, if I look at YA novels and anime and manga, and I look at their cultures across the board, they're oversaturated. Yep. And then you get into the point where you try and find the diamonds in the rough, and it's hard because there's so much saturation.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You can't find a great comic book made by Marvel and DC right now. It's a dime. It's not even a dime a dozen. The Three Jokers was a letdown. Don't let nobody fool y'all. That was not a good comic book. That ending was trash. You know what I'm saying? It's but the construction of it was fun, but the ending was bad. And it's we didn't have to deal with that back in the early 2000s and 90s, man. You pick up a comic book, you was in for a time.
Yeah, some good, man.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing.
You know why? Because it wasn't cool to like. It's the same thing that messed up hip hop.
Yeah.
When hip hop first came out, since it was new, then the only people who liked hip hop was the people who actually liked hip hop.
Yeah.
That was it. And then by the time you get to the early 2000s, then hip hop becomes more of a commodity, and you got these guys that go to college places, right? But even outside of the artists, you get the executives. Because if you think about it, if you go back to the early executives, you got the same guys that are rapping, like Russell. Like Russell is actually in the dirt with Run DMC.
Exactly.
So all the guys that's running the business is kind of how we were saying, are Kojimas. They're the same people who are right there with you. And then by the time you get to 2000s, you start to see Russells and people like him get pushed out.
Yep.
Bought out, right.
Yep.
And then you start to see people get replaced with I don't want to say just college kid, but just the normal business guy that doesn't have any ties to hip hop.
Yep.
So that's when you start to see, it's not about the culture or it's not about the art form as much as it's about, hey, I got this guy here with this jingle that I think can reach a lot of people.
Yep. And we can, all we got to do is monetize that cat.
Yep.
And put him in the kid's eye and give him a couple of things and make him look spiffy or make her look spiffy. You know what I'm saying? It's like Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B.
Yeah.
To me, they represent the worst that we got to offer when it comes to lyricism and even in personality. Because I'm like, you just traditional. Shut up, Trevor. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but just the and even on the rapper side too, I'm like, there ain't many. I will go on record, man. To me, nobody's better than Black Thought.
Oh yeah, Black Thought.
I can't think of many. I can't think of none.
I feel a Benny the Butcher right now, man. I really feel Benny the Butcher.
Nice.
Yeah, man. But I'm talking about Black Thought just released a joint with Tobey and Wigway, and the joint is fire.
That's pretty good, yeah.
And I was like, Black Thought just sitting there stoically just destroying everybody, and I'm like,
but think about it, that's how it used to be.
That's the way it used to be.
Black Thought, Big Pun, Most Def, Khalil Kweli, and that's what I'm saying. But the key thing about that, where it connects to gaming, was back then everybody who was in that executive board with you was your boy.
Yep.
They're
rapping like you rap. Right. You know what I mean? They just a little bit smarter with the business. That's all.
Yep, that's
right. It. If you look at Dane, he may not rap, but you could tell Dane was there. This is business, but this is culture.
Yeah. And he got it because he was a part of it. You know what I'm saying? So we're looking at this situation now where I've heard this from people who sit on the board and in management say this about gamers that want to be executives. And I quote, well, they game too much, so they can't understand business.
Right.
So when you have that type of mentality towards the people who fund the thing that you do, and you think that they don't even have valuable input in management, you've lost.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but think about how they sound though.
Yeah.
Like, what about the guy? Like, what about the guy that goes to college that's really good in business? So he graduates business, maybe do some coding, but it's a vivid gamer. Mm-hmm. That's the guy that's supposed to run the business.
It's supposed to be.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because that's the guy comes in that can't make a game per se, but he understands what it means to play a great game. Yeah, he understands to keep the balance to the business. Like, now we want to make money here. Yeah, and that's why I feel like when the Asia culture comes in, it's the but line. Like, we can make more, but at what cost? Yep. You know, and in America, it's like how you said, they push that style of person out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, like in hip hop, it's pushed out. Like comic books. Like, you know, like it's crazy. But the guys, you might have good comic book writers, but the guys that's over the comic book writers don't read comic books and never have. Yeah. So they don't really get when you're saying, well, why is this comic? Why are we using this comic? Why are we using this character? Why are we going this direction? I don't like that. Rewrite Shazam. Rewrite this character. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Because this character won't make. We want to have how you would say, a political view. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
What if this character was gay? What if this character was black? What if this character killed somebody? You know what I mean? Not stuff that drives the narrative forward. Yep. It's just, you know, and it's not even stuff that makes the character unique anymore. You know what I mean? It's not a unique background. It's not. It doesn't add a flavor to that character. And once again, it doesn't have a flavor to the game. If you don't cut in your own space, like I said earlier, if you don't cut in your own space, if you don't do your own thing, you're destined to fail. You know, like how many more times can we see? How many more times can? What's the best song? I won't say this without stepping on anybody's toes. I probably will anyway. I probably won't care. But how many times can we see the same strong character type, the same strong female, the same strong dude, the same person? Like, at this point in my life, maybe because I'm older, but maybe give me a character who, I don't know, has a drug addiction. Okay, let's see him overcome that. Maybe let's have a character that's got 3 kids. You know, he got 2 baby mamas, don't like one. Maybe let's do that. Hey, man, this dude real strong. The only thing he care about is his dog. He's not John Wick, but he's John Wick. He'll just fight you with his hands. No guns in there. Like, please just give me something. Yeah. Give me something different. Don't give me something that you pull from Netflix, man. Give me something that you pull from your soul.
And you know, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry, man.
No, you good. Yeah, I'm done. I made my point. No, I really like dogs,
man. Even on that, you know, even if you are taking like familiar tropes, you know, don't be afraid to do something with them. You know what I'm saying? Don't make, even if you take it's like it's like the most popular one right now. It's like, you know, you got a school academy. You know, School Academy is a dope place to start from. There's so many variants you can use. You know, so don't write Boku no Hero though. We got Boku no Hero already. Don't write Bleach. We got Bleach already. You know what I'm saying? Don't write Yu Yu Hakusho. We got that already. Write something else.
You know, Go ahead.
No, you do.
But you know why? Because once you saturate your boardroom with people who don't read comics, they can't A&R talent. So the writers that would have wrote probably the new Bleach is still at home. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? It's like, you know, because I always compare to music, because music is a little bit easier to make the comparison. Like if you're a record label, you're only as strong as your A&R, because your A&R is the one that has to be connected at ground roots to get the talent. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So if you have a boardroom full of people in any situation where they don't have a connection to the root of whatever it is themselves, whether it be comic books, video games, then how can you find Kojima? So it's easy to big up Kojima now, which I'm not saying he's not worthy of it, but it's harder to find a Kojima now. You see what I'm saying? It was easy for him because back then those people looking were gamers. Yeah, so it's like, oh, I like what you're showing us. Mm-hmm. I like that. I like what you're showing us with Final Fantasy, because that even with World of Warcraft, anything you see back then, you can get because the person that's looking at it that you're trying to sell it to is a fellow gamer. It's a fellow gamer that's in the boardroom.
Yeah.
But I imagine how many Kojimas got turned away that in 2020.
Man.
How many
astronomical amounts of people. Yeah.
Right. So you're not getting that next big game because the person in the boardroom can't recognize it.
Exactly. Can't see the talent, man.
It's sad. Go ahead. Oh, I'm about to say so I'll just add this real quick. So it's crazy, you said that there's a couple of, I don't even know if you saw this joint before, man, but there was a sci-fi cartoon where let me see if it's like on the Sci-Fi Network. And they got money for this. Let's see, Girl Eats. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Matt, go ahead. I'm gonna see if I can find this, and then I'll jump back in.
Yeah, it's sad, man, because you got to think about how many olders out there that didn't get their shot, man. But I think that's what drives a lot of us to seek media from different cultures. Because we're not going to get this in America. We're not going to get anything original, man. I mean, it's just not going to happen. Maybe it'll happen maybe 4 or 5 years from now, but not right now. It's not going to happen. So that's why, like with us, we all watch anime, we read manga, read like novels and stuff like that too, because we're just not going to get it. We're just not going to get it anymore. And, now it's not exclusive to us. Now you got to think how many people have been drawing manga in Japan that can't get on because they don't have 1,000, episode idea or 1,000-page idea like Oda has.
Yeah.
Like, no disrespect to Oda, because Oda is that
monster.
Bro, he set up Wano like years ago, and it's blowing my mind. When he when Gecko Moria was like, "Hey, bro, I went to the New World, I got my ass whooped." he said, "Kaido, that boy Kaido was there waiting on me. I'm gonna put these shadows in there. We're going back." And then dang, they talk about Wano already. Then you go to Wano, you see what's going on up there, man. And then just everything that they do. And then you kind of look at Bleach too. Look how Bleach was destroyed. Yeah. Look how Bleach was ruined for the input of others. They're trying to turn it into something that it shouldn't have been, man. So it's not exclusive to us. It's a human thing. But we just need we got to get out of our own way. We got to get out of these people's way and make the content that they want to make. That's it, man.
Yeah. So I found it. So there's this there's this show. Lord have mercy. I'm trying to calm myself down because stuff like this angers me deeply because they got money for this, and I'm like, you gave these people money. That is actually unforgivable. There's a show on Sci-Fi. The name of the show is Magical Girl Friendship Squads. Look this up for yourself. Look this up for yourself, people. Look this up for yourself. Magical Girl Friendship Squad. Look the joint up for yourself, just so that way you can see what's going on, right?
Man, they really like Steven Universe.
The main character, her abilities are that she chews on birth control pills.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now. Here you go.
She was on birth control? Oh, so they getting down.
No. You understand. She pops them as if they're like Tic Tacs. She chews them all together at once.
Yeah, we're not a demographic.
They gave these people money. They should have never gave you some money.
But see, this is what I'm talking about though. Yeah. So once you get to that, once you like die hard business with no connection, it's like all you see is numbers, numbers, percentages.
But this is what you get though, Bobby. So like stuff like this where you have magical girl friendship squad, and you had like people dump a bunch of Crunchyroll money into High Guardian Spice, and you had like they said like the Steven Universes. I'm not even getting that, but you had the Steven Universes, and you have like the event, like Adventure Time started out good, and then at the end you could see like the homeboys' ways seeping into Adventure Time. I'm like, you need to abandon the ship. There's something's wrong with this guy. And there was a lot wrong with the creator. You know what I'm saying? So you got all these things happening, and you look at Marvel Comics where you like make Spider-Man a billionaire and a douchebag, and you put him with Mockingbird. and not Felicia Harden.
Not Felicia.
And I mean, like, he's a billionaire. Felicia Harden makes sense to me.
Yeah.
It makes more sense to me than putting him with Mockingbird. Mockingbird?
Yeah, they got to do something, man.
No, but the reason why they put him with Mockingbird is because the year before that, when they did Mockingbird 1, she had a T-shirt on that said, "Ask me about my feminist agenda." There's so much wrong.
Oh, I got you.
There's so much wrong with all of this that we're looking at this, and it's like, you think that this is actually going to sell when it's a small percentage of people, and they likely never spend money.
Yeah, at least not the money they want them to spend.
Yeah, they're not going to spend money on Star Wars. They're not going to spend money on comic books. They're not going to spend money on watching, on buying on channels like Sci-Fi to watch a show called Magical Girl Friendship Squad.
Well, it's not the demographics for it. Like,
yeah,
it's like when you make something, you make something for demographics, and that's where it grows into. You know what I'm saying? Then it ventures out if you want to be a part of that situation. It's like with me, like country music per se wasn't really designed for me per se, So as a listener, I wouldn't really claim to be country cultured.
Yeah.
So, but that doesn't take away from the fact I may not like a country song. So I may like a country song. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then if you put me in the boardroom as a business guy, where somebody might say, "Well, Bob, you do really good in business," I would be able to run the business from a financial standpoint, but I wouldn't really know how to run the business from a cultural standpoint.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I would do things that I would do these things like what you're talking about, where we got an agenda going on, or even if we got Black Lives Matter. So I don't really know how to sell comics per se through comic books. But I may understand how to sell a comic. Sell a movement, right? Yeah, and that's why I say that's a problem, because that's what I feel is going to cause a crash for a lot of people. It's going to cause a crash for the comic, because it's going to have to go back to grassroots mom and pops.
It will.
So those people, so you can find Kojimas again. Yep. You're going to have to be able to find Jeff John. You're going to have to be able to find people who really want to write a comic, and you're going to have to find this homeboy or homegirl that really likes comics that want to run a comic business.
Exactly. But the problem, but remember now, beginning of the year, Diamond Distributions, and this is widely known. Diamond Distributions shut down on like all this stuff, and like pretty much kicked out all the comic book shops and left them on their behind. So we lost so many this year because of that. So you already had them on like the brink of destruction, because Marvel and DC has been obsessed with YA novels like 5 years late. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have not heard of Gotham High, look it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's bad. You know what I'm saying? Like Gotham High, they had something else from DC. They had like the Squirrel Girl defeats the world, beats the universe, whatever it is. It's trash. So you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she beat Thanos too with squirrels. I mean, you have to let that sink in. She beat Thanos with squirrels. And people actually consider that canon. Can you allow that to sink into your mind? That became canon. In Marvel Comics, that Squirrel Girl can beat Thanos. What the world we need Iron Man dying for? Get Squirrel Girl. You know what I'm saying?
So let her handle it.
We had a narcissist Tony Stark, where he always was a narcissist, but they took it to the most conceivable hippie level, where he ended up thinking he was a god, and he healed Daredevil's eyes and made Daredevil into like a punk.
Yeah.
This is. Then we got Captain Marvel, who's had 19 rewrites, and I'm not exaggerating that. In the past, like 4 or 5 years, where they've had to keep stopping and doing issue ones because the story wouldn't sell, because the story was trash. It was just feminist Captain Marvel beating up men because men were just being men.
And let her trash Tony Stark in this bum-ass second Civil War.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and wanted to kill Miles Morales.
Yeah.
See now here's the unpopular opinion about Miles Morales. If it wasn't for Phil Lord and Into the Spider-Verse, Miles Morales would go down as one of the worst Spider-Man characters ever written. But because of Phil Lord and when the work they put into Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, they made Miles Morales the most attractive doggone character on the planet right now.
You turn it around, you can make it happen.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what happens when you have a good writer.
Yep.
Because Bendis and them created him, but Bendis and them was a throwaway character. They didn't have no purpose for Miles Morales other than him being a black Spider-Man. It's like nobody don't care about that. Make him matter. Phil said, let him like music, let him like graffiti, let him like art. Let's do that. Then the guys at Sunmet was like, that ain't a bad idea, you know what I'm saying? So let's take the little step further, and I won't spoil it, but they take it a step further in the video game. Like, yo, let's let him do something like with his uncle, you know, let's figure some stuff out. We'll figure that out. You know what I'm saying? They let him do stuff, and you're like, yo, this is the culture.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
Versus it just being a throwaway black character that we always get. It's a throwaway black character. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you look at these portals that they're trying to create to make ways for in diversity and inclusion, and they're not really thinking that black people think differently.
Well, I kind of go back to what me and you was talking about we was talking one day, and I was like, you know, it's funny you're trying to. Now, I'm not saying that some of the stuff doesn't need to be addressed at some level. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to go and say it doesn't exist at no level. Mm-hmm. But a lot of the problems that they say exist doesn't really exist. Or if it does exist, it only existed in the last, say, 10, 15 years. Mm. Like I mean, you were saying, I remember watching in the 80s, there were plenty of superheroes that was females. Yeah, so I don't really the whole concept of there's no female superheroes. I'm
lies.
Like
lies
really?
And deception, bro. I mean, like look, we grew up on She-Ra. You know what I'm saying? We grew up watching Chitara, man. You know what I'm saying?
Sailor Moon, man.
Sailor Moon,
bro.
Like, so what's your girl name? She was in she was on Marvel. And she had like firepower. What was her name? Because she was in Firestar. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We had Firestar. We had you had Black Cat. You had, I'm talking like in the 90s, you had Black Cat. Yeah. You had Josie and the Pussycats can actually be included in that. I'm not even gonna say it in front, y'all.
We watched it. We watched Jim.
Jim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Joe lit first day.
I'm just being real about it. Jim, Josie and the Pussycats, Fire Stories, right? How in the world we got a deficit?
No. Expect the Gadget, the hero is the little niece.
Penny,
right.
Penny's the hero. You know what I'm saying? So man, I messed a dude up because I was like, do you know how Rosario Dawson even got in the scene? Josie and the Pussycats live action movie. So you telling me that there was no representation?
No, Scooby-Doo.
Sit your behind down.
And I'll be real with you, man. A lot of these cats, they didn't watch that stuff. They just pop off at the mouth. You know, that was just the hot button thing at the time. You know, what's shorty name? Anna Sorskisian or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know, it was. I'm sorry, Anna, if you hear this. I apologize to you.
Yeah,
whatever.
Anita.
Write me a letter, Anita. I'll read it. Mm-hmm. But the thing about it is, man, it's like people. Okay. This is a problem in America, is that we get focused on the wrong thing, right? Mm-hmm. So there's there's no women in anything, but there's literally women in everything, right?
Everything.
And they don't look at a lot of this stuff. And of course, I want to see strong women. Of course, I love to see strong black women because, you know, I got nieces. I'll probably have kids one day. I want my kids to see these strong characters, right? Yeah. To let them know that they can be better than what they are, that they can be better than their father, their mother, their uncle, their grandfather. There's a higher peak for you than whatever this is that we're at, right? But they got focused on that aspect of it and forgot everything that was done. You know, I said Sailor Moon, man. If you ever watch Sailor Moon from the beginning to end, like, yo, that was like the baddest anime character on the planet, yo. As far as like getting to the end when she unlocked all the moon powers, she could possibly blow up the earth, kill Goku. Like, that's like an actual fact.
Look, and Sailor Moon is a savage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For all folks think about his transformation, I'm like, homie, no, you don't understand.
You're missing out.
You don't understand, bro. Like they've been trying to rewrite Sailor Moon ever since. They cannot rewrite Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon is that much of a G. Her whole squad. Saturn? Yeah. Saturn is a look. I mean, I'm not even gonna get hyped right now. It's too late at night. But look, Saturn is a. I want
to say this.
I'm just gonna stop.
I'm at my next point. Shout out to Eva, because we was watching Sailor Moon. That's my wife. We watched Sailor Moon a while back, yo. And I say, hell, I'm like Tuxedo Mask, yo. I come in here, throw this rose, talk a little trash, and look, you excited. You happy to see me. Tuxedo Mask, yo. Check it out. That brother, I mold my whole relationship after that, man.
Tuxedo Mask.
I was a mess. Oh, I'm in the house. Clean up the dishes. Boom, throw rose. I'm out.
Tuxedo, and it's crazy. Tuxedo Mask was one of the most, well, at least I can say it's like smooth. One of the smoothest characters that we've seen in outside of Racer X and Speed Racer.
Yeah, super cool. Yeah, I like Racer X.
You know what I'm saying? Man. Racer X was just cool, man. This dude had an X on his face, and he was like, "Sucker, I can drive as fast as I want to, but I don't feel like it." No, and I'm like, who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like stuff like that where we actually had female heroes, female superheroes, female anime heroes. We had multiple stories out there, man. That we grew up with that we ain't had no problem with reading them. We got a problem with Mary Sue's. That's why our problem is that you give me a character like Rey Skywalker, since her last name Skywalker now, that does not make any conceivable sense on how she just knows how to do everything. This heifer was raised on a desert planet. How in the world she know how to fly a plane?
He's like 10 minutes on the job training.
Yeah, this heifer grew up on this is the one that hurt folks. They had no. This heifer grew up on a desert planet. How in the world she know how to traverse an ocean? To get to the crashed Death Star and Rise of Skywalker. In no time we got there. And she's gotten a boat, and this water looks like it's like you need at least have 30 years of experience to even get like 100 feet in. This grand line. Yeah. she in this ring-a-ding boat, and she's just riding. I'm like, but you grew up in the desert. You grew up in the desert. It's only been 3 years. We know you ain't been on no planet like that doing no surfing. We know you ain't done that. And if you did it for a year, that ain't enough. Not for this water. Yep. Mary Sue. It's like that's stuff like that bothers the person, and then they get called a misogynist. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, that don't make sense to me.
So we don't have no. That's why like American culture is going through like a transformation, because we don't have any built memory. Like we don't have any long-term memory.
No.
You like when you talk about Naruto or Bleach or whatever, or even Dragon Ball, because Dragon Ball has been out for a long time.
80s.
You know what I'm saying? So
for real.
People remember. They remember. So when you get to, let's like, if you pull Justice League, like people forget. I'm a perfect example, since we're talking about black superheroes, that people forget Black Boken, right? And they don't make the connection that Static Shock is actually the child version of Black Boken that they changed the name to Black Lightning.
Yeah, like they had to find a way to urbanize the black person with electric power. You know, and it's funny too, because like there's a whole study on why a lot of authors gave black people electric power. You know what I'm saying? Like there's actually a lot of myths about that, like why most of the first characters that were black always had to have electricity, like Storm, Black Vulcan that turns into Black Lightning, and then you have Static Shock. You know what I'm saying? You go to the other side, forget your boy name on the Marvel side that also has like electric power, and he's black. You know what I'm saying? They dealt with the fact that there was a lot of when they were back in the day, you know, like during slavery, black people were getting hit by lightning and still lived. So I'm being like, and that kind of like is embedded in people's memory of that magical Negro syndrome, where that person survives lightning while they just have lightning power. You know what I'm saying? So that, and that's crazy. I was like, that's madness to me, because like you always notice the two handicaps for a black character, and this is my problem with a lot of way they write black characters. They can never leave the hood, and they always in the hood.
Yeah, or they all got to find out. There's always a reason for them to come back.
It's funny. It's funny you say that, because I had just found out about a month ago that the original version of Captain Marvel or Shazam was actually a black guy.
It was a black guy,
and lightning hits him.
Yep, lightning hits.
Well, you know, magic, but still lightning. So it's funny you say that.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, man. Or either they John Henry, you know, what's my man, John Henry, the railroad man, either like just superior, super
big, bald-headed black dude. Like that. It's normally those are the two stereotypes for writing the black characters. The black character has to be middle-aged black with a bald head.
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage. You know what I'm saying? Like Christmas. So, a sweet Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Like so you either have that, or you have the black character that is like from the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have. I think Black Panther is like, even though it's fanciful, Black Panther T'Challa was one of the first, it actually is the first black character that actually owned stuff.
Had something. Had something already established.
He owned stuff, right? So after him, and you trace the track record from 1966 when he was written, and you look at like the characters, there still wasn't a character.
No.
On either side. Then in like the 80s, they took Black Manta, who was the main villain against Aquaman, and they made him a black man, and it made sense. And I'm like, thank you, because he had money, he had pull, and that dude could get things done. He was merciless. I was like, that makes sense. Now we go into like there's a whole issue with the history of how like people think that black girls need to be written in comic books and how black men are supposed to be written in comic books. Well, they can't save the world. I don't know. I mean, like, it's a problem for me. You know what I'm saying? It's like even Black Panther, he's always on a team when he saves the world.
Yep, that's correct.
So it's like they don't let black folks save the world. They let them save the hood.
You got Crenshaw.
Yeah, take your behind back to Harlem because that's where all y'all came from. Because apparently
save Atlanta.
Yeah, go say it.
Link up with Stacey Abrams.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like that.
You gotta get people to vote, black man. You gotta get people to vote. You can't do nothing else. You better vote, you black submission. Fight Galactus? No, that's above your race grade. Yeah,
race grade.
Yeah, you ain't quite the right color to fight him. Power Cosmic, not the Power Negro. This ain't quite for you.
I mean, it's real talk, man. I was like, I mean, and we got to stop because we done go. This is about 4 episodes worth of content. So, but lastly, how you guys feel about Shang-Chi?
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it 3 times because I want to see my Asian brothers succeed. Outside of the kung fu, well, even though Shang-Chi's kung fu, outside of the kung fu and demon summoning shit, I want them. Yeah, I don't know. This is that's Shang-Chi actually.
It's the same thing.
It's the same. I want to see them do great. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna watch it. I'm watching many times. I watched the last Avengers movie, and I'm gonna be up there hyping them. I'm gonna even get a little Shang-Chi shirt and all that stuff, man. So
Steelz, how you feel about the character, man? Then I'm gonna ask another question about Shang-Chi, but go ahead, man. How you feel about it?
About the same. Like, I'm kind of impartial in that way, yeah.
So now let me ask you the real question. If it's all going down and there's a world crisis event, does he get the Avengers Assemble call in?
No.
Buddy.
No. Man, listen. We can rant about this all day. Like even when they make Injustice games and stuff, I always say like, why that character? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's who you found. Like that's out of who. Like even me being a diehard comic book head, I'm like, really?
I don't know who this dude is.
Like right? Like how did y'all find this guy?
But I'm gonna rep him though.
I'm
in for you, Shane.
Guy? Like, you know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, once again, like selling the movement more than selling the actual comic.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, let's be at 100 real quick. I mean, I say this to an Asian coworker. I think I said this on another podcast. I'll say it again. I'm just trying to make this point plain. He's Deadpool to me. Okay, Shang-Chi does not need to be on the same battlefield as like a Captain America and Iron Man. And stuff like that. I mean no harm. I just don't. I can't unsee a guy trying to do kung fu when there's like a bunch of mutants around and he ain't got no protection other than his fist.
Okay, all right. So.
I just want to see an Asian Goku.
Now my thing is all right. So remember I said earlier that I consume a lot of media outside of American content. Mm-hmm. Oh, chill out, Max. My dog got in the room. I consume a lot of media outside of that. So I read a lot of like the Chinese novels and stuff like that, right? Yeah, fact, so they all start off like simple as hell. Like this dude came Friday to do nothing, and then 3,000 chapters later, he's like the god of creation.
Yeah, pretty
so
much.
Maybe they might do something like that. They might do something like that with Shang-Chi. He's like, man, I'm so with it with the martial arts, bro. I'm gonna punch Galactus in the face, and he ain't gonna do nothing. So that's what I kind of hope happens. I don't know nothing about Shang-Chi. I ain't never read Shang-Chi comic. I ain't even knew about him till they told me about him.
Yeah, I've read Shang-Chi on comic books, and from what I read, it's forced. So I'm not like that. Batman wasn't even that forced. It's like even the Batman being in Justice League knows his limits. It's one of them things like they're like, well, Batman knows all these fighting styles, but he's also rich and he has tech.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So where his martial arts fails, he has something to back him up to get his behind away. Smoke grenades to make sure he block the sight so he can run. He's like, hey, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? We done seen that plenty of time. Batman get a fight and he's like, oh, I'm not winning this sucker, man. Let me. And he gone. Yeah. He like, I'm out of here, but man.
The key to Batman is that he's so adaptive mentally. Like he's so smart mentally that even when you watch the anime, like he's so calm, relaxed, he just pulls the ring literally off of Hal Jordan's finger. Yeah. Like so he's already even when he first in that show, he hasn't met Green Lantern yet, but he's been around him in 5 minutes to figure out that he draws his power from his ring. Yep. And he has the focus. Yep. So he's already figured it out about him. That you lost focus, and so I pulled your ring off.
Yep. I mean, and I'm saying like when it comes to a character like Shang-Chi, they might make a good movie. They're gonna do something with the Mandarin because of the 10 rings. Mm-hmm. And those 10 rings, like the sorcerer rings, they didn't want to get it to Tony Stark, but they're gonna give it to the Asian. I find it real funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, they're like that was Tony Stark's biggest villain, and you gonna give it to somebody else.
Yeah,
that was a dumb move. So once again, AIM ruined something again. As we talked about how AIM ruined Avengers, AIM ruined the Iron Man series. So it's like they don't even know how to write AIM. So you got this situation where like you're looking at all these things happen, and Shang-Chi is a master of martial arts with minimum power. And I'm like, Captain America knows all the martial arts, and he's a superhuman. Where's your tech on Shang-Chi? Oh, I don't have tech. My fist. Or I'm like, okay. So when we get a dude that come over here that's from another planet, you just gonna start throwing hands?
Well, he makes a good TV show character.
Yes.
Like he makes a good, like a Netflix special.
Yeah, that's like Daredevil makes sense to me to have in there. I mean, and that's like no shade towards Daredevil. I don't want to see him out there fighting like Thanos. I'm just being real. I'm like, nah, man, I don't know, bro. I mean,
that's why everybody kept asking, where Luke Cage and all them were. Like, where Luke Cage and Jesse? No, that ain't for them.
Like, no, they for the streets,
Yeah,
he in the hood. That's where his black ass supposed to be.
They belong to the streets, So yeah,
that's where he supposed to be. Black man, you think you gonna fight Thanos?
Black man stay up behind in Harlem.
You only got one of y'all here, dog.
Like I said, apparently in comic books, black people came from 3 places: Harlem, Hell's Kitchen,
baby,
and what was the name of the spot? It's Jersey. That's pretty much it. That's all you got.
Wakanda.
Wakanda.
Or around Wakanda.
Around. In the deep woods of Wakanda. So you ain't had a decency to be born in the city. So it's like the.
Yeah, you're not even one of the good ones. That's what they say. You're not even good. Hey, what doing? God dang, man. Yeah, think you gonna fight Thanos? No, sir.
Yeah, like nah, we good. No, I'm saying so. I mean, I want to ask y'all that before we finish because I was like, I really want to get a huge consensus on this. I need to know if a person says yes, I need to understand why.
I have to really adopt a wait and see approach because, like I said, I'm so ignorant to that character. Now, I'm not gonna read any comic books. I'm gonna be real with you because I feel at this point now, if I read the comic books, I'm just gonna mess up the movie for myself.
Honestly, you won't because they're like borrowing from Bruce Lee. Oh, wow. That movie is gonna be a copy of Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon.
All right, I'm gonna keep reading my Chinese novels. Yeah,
man. It's like on the way, look up the set on photos. It's like a Mortal Kombat tournament, and it's for the rings. It's the same. It's the same. Like that's not any different than Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee did it better.
Well, they might have like a Yu Yu Hakusho style tournament. You know what I mean? I'll watch that.
It ain't gonna be Yu Yu Hakusho, bro. It ain't gonna be that. I apologize. There ain't gonna be no Yu Yu Hakusho in the net.
Goro ain't gonna be there.
It's like you might get a couple of cats with the rings on, but everything apparently is in one location. And I'm like, that sounds boring. That sounds super boring. And for it to be about an Asian character being put into an Asian tournament to fight for Asian rings, I don't know how progressive that sounds. So it's like,
we don't need no Asian superhero. We need good anime.
Yeah, for real.
We need a good Asian live action.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, a actual Dragon Ball that was written.
This is decent. Yeah.
Yeah. Like no. It has to be qualified. I'm being said a good Asian cast for Dragon Ball, written and directed by Team 4-Star. It has to be Team 4-Star.
And if they don't get the Super Saiyan transmission right, I'm burning it down.
Yeah.
They AFC struggling now. Wait till they use the theater.
Yeah, don't give us no more monkey Gokus like you did for Dragon Ball Evolution. As a matter of fact, I got a pitch for you guys since we're about to end. If I did a watch party for Dragon Ball Evolution.
Maybe count me in.
That might be I think that may go down as one of the most worst movies ever created.
Avatar.
I like Avatar better.
Avatar was terrible.
I proposed this to people and they backed out on me, and I was like, "Y'all punks, man."
I'll do it.
But on the real, a straight up watch party where it's we do one for Dragon Ball Evolution and the other one for The Last Airbender. I want to do it.
Might as well go ahead and throw Final Fantasy in there too.
Oh, it's on Spirit Within.
Yep.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. Oh my gosh! Like how in the world? Yeah, I know we about to close out. Max, calm down, baby. Calm down. I know you want to hug me. Get on the floor. So the thing about how in the world do we just get finished playing a game where I'm casting fire to a game where not a movie where a I don't even know what you call it, a trilopod thing, whatever you call it. You know, I'm not a marine biologist, but whatever that is, go into your body. It ain't in water. It go in your body and your soul gone. It ain't no way to fight them. Ain't nothing you can do. This fish is gonna take your go home to Jesus, baby.
They just took the concept of having the Final Fantasy name, and they just threw whatever story they wanted in on that. But yeah, I'm down. I mean, I've been telling like my crew, I was like, let me know, like, man, I don't know, we want to do that. I'm like, man, forget y'all. So
let me know.
So yeah, like, so okay, good. Yeah, right, so and you can invite your homeboy from Cinema Syndrome too, since y'all like do stuff with your homie. We will have a blast doing that because I'm ready to do this thing. I'm almost ready to do an EFAP, like literally every frame of pause. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we gonna destroy this whole movie. Like we gonna end this whole man's career. Like, yeah, so yeah, I'm just saying, I'm gonna throw that out there. I'll give you guys a date. We might do that like one Sunday night. I'm
bringing salt, purify it. I'll be
that y'all feel like me. Like I remember seeing the first 5 or 10 minutes of Bumblebee, and I was shedding tears. I was like, now this is what I wanted to see. This is the Transformers. This is the Transformer we deserve. Why couldn't Transformer be like? I was just sitting asking myself these questions. Especially when Soundwave jumped down with Shockwave, like Decepticon. I'm like, and this is what Michael Bay was like, didn't make sense. That was his whole argument. He said he was going to do them like G1, but he just couldn't go through with it because the whole transformation. It's
also because he liked objectifying teenage girls, but that's a whole nother. That's like because like people forget that Megan Fox was like 15 when she did it.
Young man when she did that joint.
She was like 15, 16, and
they turned into like a little sex song.
Yeah, it was all in her. I was like, yo, y'all, this is bad, bro. Yeah. Like, wow, homie, you need to pull back because you know that it ain't gonna be just like teenage boys watching this, but you you progressive. Black Lives Matter. Got you. Okay, bet. You know, so yeah, it's like bet we got you. Yeah, but thank you guys for tuning in. This episode to me was phenomenal. So I had lots of fun with this. Like I said, like you will get this thing probably split into 4 episodes. There's a lot in here. This will probably be going on to the end of the year. So,
hey, it's all good with me.
I'm just gonna let y'all know happy New Year, because this is probably gonna close out your year. This is probably gonna close out your year, and then next year, Lord willing, man, we're gonna get on here and we're gonna do what we might go live. I'm gonna be real with you. We might go live with that and just do a goddamn screening of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Or my bad. No, don't even give it the Last Airbender. The Last Airbender. Or we gonna do Dragon Ball Evolution regardless. That's
Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Bruh, don't do this to me, man.
Hey, yo, that's you, Jay. Hey, you agree?
But you know what though? You see this piece of paper? I'm writing down Annihilation because like Annihilation, it can get all the smoke. You know what I'm saying? Any other movies that you guys can consider and think about that needs to be reviewed and destroyed, let's do it because I'm down. I love doing stuff like that. So yeah, you'll see that new content coming real soon. That's gonna have to be video on our YouTube page because there ain't no other way to watch it. So because I got smoke for Dragon Ball Evolution. Oh my goodness, I got smoke for them. So that'll be the first one that we do. So I'll keep you guys in the loop and we'll figure out how we're gonna do that. Yeah. And
I'm gonna hit you guys up in about 3 weeks or so. I gotta get a couple more ducks in a row. I do want to do something for Cinema Syndrome. I got a plan. I'm gonna iron out the details, but once I get everything, because I like for things to be 100% before I make a move. So I'm gonna get that ironed out now. I'm gonna let y'all know what's up, and then we'll get everything straight.
Absolutely.
So, keep tuned. And
matter of fact, both of you guys plug your stuff before we get off.
Okay.
Plug all your stuff. Like Steelz, go first.
All right, guys. It's your boy Steelz, aka the King of Geeks. You can catch me on YouTube.com/Steelz Forever, STEELZ 4 EVER. And that's where I post most of my content. So just check me there, and I have links for everything else.
All right, this is Matt. I am one half of the dynamic duo known as Cinema Syndrome. Me and my man Ed, we review movies all the time and talk trash about everything. Normally, we post stuff every Friday. Your boy's just getting over the vid, so everything's been postponed. Okay. I'm back on my feet, and you can expect a lot of content kind of the first of the year towards the end of this month. Stay tuned for some other programs that we're going to be doing for video games. Something I call the Rare Finds, and that's going to tie into a lot of the stuff I mentioned earlier. So stay tuned for that, and I would look forward for you guys to listen to. I appreciate you.
And you can find these guys on enigmasunc.com as well. I have an affiliate page that has all their links and stuff on it. So if you can't remember everything, just go to our website and you can check them guys. Our episodes are up there. This episode will be on, all the episodes will be on the webpage as well. So definitely just stay tuned to us. We had lots of fun tonight. I didn't expect it to go this long, but I'm kind of glad that it did now because I plugged that thing with the movies and now I'm happy. I'm like, I can't wait. can't wait to do them. But until then, solve those enigmas and do not leave them unsolved.
Hey, we appreciate y'all for listening to Enigmas Unchained.
And if you like this podcast, please subscribe, like, and share. For more episodes and more details, definitely stay tuned to us. Always remember to solve those enigmas and what?
Don't leave them unsolved.